Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jillian and here we talk about manifestation, mindset work, and yoga. Please subscribe to my channel and give me a big thumbs up on this video if you like my content, and check out all my other videos. If you follow some of the advice that I give you in today's video, I can guarantee you're going to shift into a new version of yourself and get everything that you want, and your life will instantly improve. So for today's video, my topic is all about settling and how most people are just settling in their life. They're accepting breadcrumbs and they're not really achieving the dreams and goals that they're looking to achieve. My version of settling has absolutely nothing to do with the people, circumstances, and things around us that we can see and we think that we're dealing with. My version of settling has to do with energy and focus. So it has absolutely nothing to do with the things themselves, but it has to do with the energy and focus that we're giving. Because I'm source energy and because I'm the chooser, if it's not showing up exactly the way I want it to be, if anything's not showing up the way I want it to be, I don't accept it, I don't choose it, I don't want it, I don't want to look at it, I don't want to think about it. I do not entertain anything that I don't want. I don't want a fraction of it, I don't want 50% of it, I don't want 75% of it, I don't even want 99% of it. I want the full 100%, exactly the way I want it to be, exactly the way I know it should be for myself, because I choose and I am the creator of my reality. And I choose what is best for me. I want and I have exactly what I want now, because desiring something means that it is mine and it's meant for me and it already exists now. Being the version of yourself and in an energy state of having everything that you want now ultimately means I do not choose what I don't want. I receive the full of what I want because I know that for myself. Period. The end. The version of yourself that knows you get what you want does not hold on to pieces of what you want. You hold on to the full amount of what you want. I keep choosing and choosing and choosing and choosing and choosing until it is exactly the way I want it to be, nothing less, period, the end. Because I already am the full version of myself that has what they want. So why would I hold on to scraps? If I know that I'm the version of myself, that everything is done and complete and I get everything that I want and have everything that I want now, then I am not holding on to these little pieces of dirt that does not work for me, does not make me feel good, and is less than what I want. Clinging onto scraps will not do me any good. Why would you even want to entertain anything that doesn't see your worth? Think about the energy state that you're embodying and coming from if you are trying to cling on and even look at something that does not see you as the most valuable person in the entire world. Most of us are trying to gain the approval that we are worthy through everything outside of ourselves. If you truly knew your worth, you would never stick around anything that wasn't good for you. Let go of that part of you. It's no longer you anymore. That version of you that holds on to the breadcrumbs that others give you, whether if it's in work, your family, your friends, your significant other, it's okay to have better. I want to break down the energy that is behind the state of being where you're clinging on to what you no longer want, what does not serve you, what is less than what you want. So first off, a state is a version of yourself that you're embodying. So you can only see through that current lens that you are embodying. Because it has absolutely nothing to do with anything outside of yourself, close your eyes and choose everything that aligns to the version of yourself that you want to be. There's no hard feelings, there's no attachment to anything outside of ourselves. We just simply are saying no or yes, choosing, not choosing what we want versus what we don't want. Just because you don't choose something, that doesn't mean you have to dislike that thing. Most people actually identify both of those together. That if I'm not choosing something, then I don't like that thing, or I'm mad at that thing, or I'm insulted by that thing, or that thing hurts me. No, we have to separate the emotion and feeling that we have towards that thing. This is not personal. This is just what being a conscious creator and chooser does. It's a yes or a no. If it aligns, it's great. If it doesn't, it's not what I want, and that's it. No hard feelings. Goodbye, the end. All it means is it's not what you want, and that's it. Because in every moment, we're choosing what we want anyways, whether you're conscious of it or not. Everybody and everything will bend to who you are being in this very moment. That is why you don't have to care about if people are coming through for you or not, because you don't even have time to think about if they're coming through for you, because you're just focused so much on what you want, and you are in a state where everyone does come through for you. So you're not getting thrown off by a scrap that is not coming through for you, because simply it doesn't exist for you that people don't come through for you and you don't get what you want. What does exist is that everybody comes through for you and you always get what you want. I think this is really important too. We tend to trick ourselves into thinking that we want something that we really don't want, because we are just trying to prove to ourselves that we are worthy through this thing. But it's really coming from a place of lack, an energy of lack, and an uncertainty of who we are, and not really understanding or thinking that we can have the full-on desire, exactly what we want, exactly the way we want it to be. Because we are the source of power, and because the things outside of ourselves, this is anything outside of ourselves, is not the source of power, you are essentially giving your power and focus to the things outside of yourself when you think you need to hold on to something that you don't want. Stop telling yourself and fooling yourself into thinking that you want something that you really truly don't want. It's not the thing or the person that you're really clinging to. You're clinging to a state of being that is just proving to you over and over again that you are not getting what you want and you're not worthy to have what you want. And it's going in a repetitive pattern. Let's also talk about when you feel like you're doing something wrong. So if you feel like something isn't working out for you, or something shows up for you that is undesirable, and you're complaining to somebody or you're sharing your feelings of, I don't understand what I keep doing wrong. So the energy behind thinking that you are doing something wrong is essentially giving power to something outside of yourself. You're also saying that this is something that you want, but you are not worthy of having it. So you're giving importance to it. You're thinking it's higher than you. You're thinking that this is what you want and that you will not be able to get this thing. And when you look at the energy behind those words and how I just explained it, that is still chasing energy, and you're embodying a state within yourself that is not getting what they want, does not get what they want, things do not work out for them. And you will prove to yourself over and over again that that is what's happening. When you pull your focus away from that, you will see that because this thing, that this desire that you have is not showing up the way you want, that is not what your ultimate desire is. So you start to flip the energy around. If it doesn't show up the way you want, I no longer choose it. I'm moving on. Next. That's how this works. It doesn't work where we keep looking and thinking, what am I doing wrong? How can I do better? Why is this happening to me? So it's really, you can figure out the state that you're embodying a lot through your words, through your story, how you're speaking. It has nothing to do with anything outside of yourself. And that is why you can literally close your eyes to everything outside of you, and you can embody a state within yourself with your eyes closed, senses off, and know which state you're embodying just in how you are showing up and talking to yourself and navigating through your energy. And also, what you want is chasing you, and it's already done and yours. So why would you be chasing something that you already have? Which also, again, comes back to, if that thing is not chasing you, that is not what you want. It's not the actual thing the specific thing that we're talking about. We're talking about the energy. If it's not chasing you, my focus is now not there anymore, because I do not have time to look at something that does not see my worth and value, and that isn't easy for me. And the reason why you are tricking yourself into thinking that you really want this thing that you really don't want, it's because you feel that this outer circumstance, this desire, will fulfill you when you catch it. And this is why people go into patterns and cycles, sometimes weeks, months, years, however long it is. Again, circumstances don't matter. I'm just explaining to you that this is why people get stuck in a cycle, because they're constantly trying to reach outside of themselves to eventually get that fulfillment. And when you think about the energy again behind this, it's just a state of chasing, not having. I'm separate from what I want and I'm chasing. So this is a game between you and yourself. This is why nobody else and nothing else is involved, and why there's no hard feelings towards others and money and other things in our life that we really, really want. It has to do with you and yourself and what you're believing or what you think that you deserve in life. So again, a great angle, like a different angle to look at this. And I know I have a lot of angles and stuff, but when we're talking about energy, because this is all about energy, we have to think about this from all different perspectives and angles. If something is not showing up in the way that you want, when you are the version of yourself that gets what you want, you do not want that thing. When you are coming from a version of yourself that doesn't get what they want, you will want that thing that doesn't want you, because that matches who you are. Stop holding on to people that are giving you the bare minimum. Stop making excuses for people. Stop making excuses for not living the full, beautiful life that you've always dreamed and desired to live. Stop coming from a version of yourself that thinks it's selfish for you to be happy and for you to have everything that you want now. When you are not embodying the version of yourself that loves you wholeheartedly, you will think it's bad to put yourself first and to choose yourself. Learn to freely move through this easy energy of shifting to what you want over and over and over again. How do we shift and move into what we want if we're so used to not having that and being that way and embodying that version of ourselves? Think about it like this. Because you're always being chased and pursued by everything that you've ever wanted, everything around you in your 3D world is lined up waiting for you to focus on it and select it. And you are the one that says yes or no. But you are saying yes when you keep your focus on something, because you believe it is true for you. If you keep your focus on something, that means you believe it's true for you. Otherwise, you would just be choosing something else that you believe is for you. You would never have the energy space to go towards something that you don't want, because you don't believe it's for you. You don't think it exists. In this state of being that you're in, it doesn't exist for you. You don't have energy space for it, so you choose what you do want. Simple. So again, you are tricking yourself into thinking that you want this reality when you are embodying a state of not having what you want and not thinking you're good enough to have what you want, because that is what you believe for yourself. And you will put your focus in this direction because focus creates, and because you believe it. And of course, in this reality, you don't believe it is possible for you to get what you want. So of course, the result is going to be that you don't get what you want in this reality, because you never do in this reality, in this version of yourself. You are abundance, and it literally cannot stop. It is so expansive. It is so powerful. It cannot stop anything in its tracks. If something or somebody is not showing up the way that you want, thank you next. Thank you next. Thank you next. I don't care if it's 2%, 5%, 99% showing up right. It's not the full thing. Next. Thank you next. Thank you next. No hard feelings. Thank you next. Thank you next. It's a very easy and light energy, and you don't take anything personally in this energy. You don't think you're doing anything wrong. You don't think, why is this happening in my world? You are not caught and stuck. You are abundance. You just keep selecting. You keep selecting. You are a multi-dimensional being standing in the middle of infinity, and you are choosing. And when you know you're the chooser, you will not feel lack in this. You are trying to prove to yourself that you can get something that you don't believe you can get in the energy state, the version of yourself that doesn't get what they want. And this is why I'm saying you are tricking yourself into believing that. When you step into the version of yourself that has everything that you want, you are no longer attracted to wishy-washy, up and down, hot and cold behavior from people, behavior from anything. Let go of anything that doesn't show up properly for you and is not what you want. People will be there for you during this time. Let go of the scraps. Let go of the breadcrumbs. Do not entertain things and people that are not worthy of your time. And I'm not saying that they specifically aren't worthy, but anything energetically is not worthy of your attention if it isn't showing up in the exact way that you want. I'm here for you. I'm sure you have people around you that are here for you that will help you through this time of letting go of what no longer serves, what no longer is going to bring you into the state of having everything you want. And when you let go of thinking the specific thing is going to go away and that you feel like you're going to die without this thing, you can step into that and see that they're there and everybody else is there for you as well. And by doing this, you are actually embodying being in the state already of having everything that you want by going towards people that are supporting you and that are there for you and that love you and care about you and are consistent with you through this time of maybe letting go of some people or things or whatever it is that you feel like isn't giving you the full of what you want and deserve. Ironically, that's when you can manifest even more specifically. I promise everyone, anyone, and everything will show up for you the way that you want. Everything will fall into place. Stop convincing yourself that it's okay to not have what you want and that you have to settle. It doesn't make sense. We are supposed to have exactly what we want. I promise you that you deserve the absolute best and you deserve to have everything that you want. This is a true game with yourself because you have to step into that state of yourself that has everything that you want now. Nobody else can put you there but yourself. And of course, people can help and guide you, but you need to put yourself there and you need to stop settling for less. And this is my version of what stop settling means or what it means to settle. It's energetically. It has nothing to do with the specific things or anything outside of ourselves in this 3D world. It has to do with our mind, our focus, and our attention. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Please give me a big thumbs up if you loved it and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. And please write me comments down below. I absolutely love reading all the comments and success stories. So please go ahead and do that. And I am looking forward to seeing you guys next. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, and it's magical. Thanks, guys.